Are you stuck on not knowing what to draw next? Has your usual style or the media you consume bored you? Well, look no further. You have found the right video. According to Emily Wassel, the phenomena known as art block is defined as a common experience among artists where they struggle with inspiration, motivation, and creativity. It can be frustrating and disheartening, but there are ways to overcome it, which I totally agree with. Everyone, which includes beginners to experts, have and will experience art block at some point in their lives. Other people have different methods to overcome them. One of my friends stated that we should always go back to the fundamentals, which I totally agree with. So in this video, I will be listing down 5 methods, which I personally use, to overcome art block. Number 1, as mentioned before, is to revisit the fundamentals. This is probably the most well-known approach when artists have art block. Going back to the fundamentals will ensure that you have the foundations necessary to maintain or progress in art. You can practice perspectives or anatomy, and I don't always mean human anatomy. Try studying animals. Even better, try studying prehistoric animals or extinct creatures. Break down the shapes of something like a saber-toothed tiger, a woolly mammoth, or a velociraptor. When you start simplifying complex forms into shapes, cylinders, boxes, and spheres, you'll realize that suddenly, almost anything becomes drawable. Another thing that helps is going back to traditional drawing. If you've been drawing digitally for a long time, try putting the tablet away for a bit. Grab a pencil, some graphite, and draw a still life. Draw the objects on your desk, your keyboard, your phone, even something random like a pair of headphones. It might sound simple, but sometimes the act of slowing down and observing real objects can reset your artistic mindset. Fundamentals not only improve your art skills, but they help rebuild your confidence as an artist. Number 2 is to read. Now you're probably thinking, what? Read? I don't want to read. I want to draw. Well, how else are you going to draw if you don't have inspiration to draw from? Trust me, reading is underrated when it comes to overcoming art block. By reading, I mean from the mediums you enjoy reading from. It could be descriptions from a novel, video game, history, anything. As long as you can imagine, words could be the genesis of creativity. Reading creates mental imagery, and those images can easily turn into drawings. Number 3 is to play some video games. Responsibly, of course. Everyone played video games at one point in their life, right? If your main priority is to get inspiration to solve your art block, play the video games that you think have amazing world building, characters, and even tools. If you're playing Valorant, try creating skins for the different agents themselves. Or maybe if you're playing Elden Ring, try create a monster or character that would fit in their universe. For me personally, this video from Jazza inspired me to create my own monster in the From Software universe. More specifically, Bloodborne. The point is the games with strong world building give you entire universes to create within. And sometimes, all it takes is one interesting design idea to break an art block. Number 4, watch a movie or series. By that, I mean any genre works, though I think the most effective ones are sci-fi and fantasy. Whereas action, drama, or thriller, you can maybe conceptualize a place, a tool they might use, or even draw the main antagonist with some tweaks in their appearance. Maybe Michael Myers with a different mask, or redesign Sauron's armor. There's still plenty of things you can tweak or draw. Another example is, let's say recently you've been obsessed with Breaking Bad. Draw something that would fit in that universe. Maybe a redesign of Saul Goodman's firm exterior, or maybe redesign the RV used by Jesse and Walt. The potential is unlimited. The universe is your mood board. there essentially is unlimited inspiration. And finally, if none of those previous methods work, just stop drawing for a while. Seriously. Sometimes, art block isn't caused by a lack of ideas, it's caused by burnout. If drawing no longer feels enjoyable and starts feeling like a chore, forcing yourself to continue will usually make it worse. Take a break. It could be for a few days, or maybe even for a few weeks. And during that break, don't actively try to search for inspiration. Just live normally. Just watch things, go outside, play games like I've mentioned before, talk to your friends, experience life, Eventually, something will spark an idea in your mind. Maybe you'll see a cool building, or maybe you'll hear an interesting story. Maybe you'll randomly imagine a character design while lying in bed. That sudden eureka moment is often what reignites the desire to create again. And when that happens, you'll naturally feel the urge to pick up a pencil or open your drawing software again. Art block is frustrating, but it's also a normal part of the creative process. Every artist goes through it. The key isn't to eliminate art block, as that may be impossible, but it's to learn how to navigate through it. So next time you feel stuck, try one of these methods. You might be surprised how quickly creativity comes back. And who knows? The next drawing you make after an art block might end up being one of the best pieces yet. And for number 6, which is an optional and underrated method, is the 3-word method. Now I don't know if this method has been used before. It most likely has, but I'm just not aware of it, where you think of 3 words, each being a noun, adjective, and verb. Or if you want it to be more precise, add 1 or 2 more adjectives. I'd go to this website called randomwordgenerator.com and select the word types accordingly. For me personally, 3 words is usually enough, as it leaves more room for creativity. Once you have the words ready, you can either start sketching or use those 3 words in a short sentence for a short description. In my case, I got the words medicine, speed, and electric. I want my character to fit in the From Software universe, so the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the word medicine is the blood vial from Bloodborne, which ultimately led to me including a plague doctor character. As for the word speed, I immediately thought of a cheetah, or any quadrupedal feline for that case. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cheetah, or maybe a Roman soldier riding a chariot. And for my final word, electric, I easily adopted it onto the piece since I can just add lightning effects, or in this case, electric to be more specific, since they overlap. Finally, when you combine all those 3 elements in essence, this is what I got. An undead panther with a magical power that can generate electricity, similar to Dark Beast Parl in Bloodborne, and is being controlled by a plague doctor on a chariot. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, catch you guys in the next video.